Hi there, this is Chris from motorheads.com, and today we're diving into a car that's equal parts bonkers and brilliant. Enter the Oilstainlab HF11. Now before we get started, let's rewind a bit. Remember the HF11 prototype? That wild 911 meets F1 mashup that we saw earlier this year at Goodwood? Yeah, that insane creation is what put Oilstainlab on the map. Well, a production version is finally happening in the form of the HF11. Twin brothers Nikita and Ilya Bridan are the ones behind this extreme supercar. Both are car design veterans with stints at major automakers and aerospace companies, so they clearly know a thing or two about what they're doing. And the result is the HF11. And with this particular creation, they're taking things to a whole new level, especially when you compare it to the prototype that we've seen over the past few years. Now, they began dreaming up the HF11 back in 2019, and by 2023, they secured funding and recruited a dream team of engineers from some industry heavy hitters, including the likes of Koenigsegg and Ferrari, to name a few. Obviously, one of the most striking aspects about the HF11 is undoubtedly the exterior design, which takes the HF11 prototype's retro-futuristic vibe and cranks it up to 11. Carbon fiber everywhere and a silhouette that should remind you of cars like the Aston Martin Valkyrie, especially from the sides and the rear. Step inside and the minimalist theme continues. It's like a cockpit ripped out of a vintage racer, but with some modern supercar embellishments. Alcantara, titanium, and even a more carbon fiber rich cabin. You've also got some signature Porsche touches, including a proper 5-pod instrument cluster and a beechwood shifter similar to what we've seen in some old school Porsche race cars, and more recently even on the Carrera GT. And look closely and you'll see that there's enough room in the doors to even slot your helmet. As for the powertrains, that's where things get truly interesting. You see, the HF11 offers a choice of two power plants, a screaming 12,000 RPM flat 6 for the Porsche purist, or a mind-bending Thunderbolt electric system. I'll get to why I call it mind-bending. The gas-powered option is a custom-built 4.5-liter monster developed with IndyCar engineers, and it pumps out 650 horsepower. The electric side of things get even crazier. The Thunderbolt system revs even higher to a mind-blowing 13,000 RPM with 860 horsepower on tap. But here's the craziest part: both powertrains are paired to a 6-speed manual transmission, and both weigh exactly the same, keeping the HF11 a featherweight at just 2,000 pounds. For some context, that's nearly 1,000 pounds less than the current lightest 911, which is the Porsche 911 ST or Sport Touring. And did I also mention that there's close to 1,800 pounds of downforce? That, combined with some trick aero work, means the electric version is actually capable of 350 miles of range, which is pretty impressive. Production is limited to just 25 units. With specs this wild and a bespoke build process, the price isn't exactly pocket-friendly. We're talking a cool $1.85 million. A steep asking price indeed, but to win over potential customers, the Bridans are offering a structured pre-order system with some unique perks. The first 11 customers to put down a 25% deposit will become members of the Maniac 11 Club and will receive some exclusive like track days, company equity, and have the ability to provide inputs on future models.